Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today. Welcome to Club on the Go. My name is Mr. Sergio from University Terrace, and I'm here with
Miss Danielle, also from University Terrace.
As always, please let us know who's watching. So leave your site or city and state in the comments down below. Just don't put any personal info. Welcome to Thursday at Club on the Go. We have a lot of fun things planned today. So as always, what we like to do at the beginning of our club day is Harambe. So we're gonna get on that real quick. So if you know Harambe, please follow along. We're gonna do Harambe and Boom Chicka Boom. Those are two of our favorites here. So let's get started. It's Thursday and Harambe. BGC is in the house. Say what? It's Thursday and Harambe. BGC is in the house. Say what? Awesome. Okay, so a quick round of Boom Chicka Boom. I said a boom chicka boom.
I said a boom chicka boom.
I said a boom boom chicka boom.
I said a boom boom chicka boom.
I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom.
I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me see you do it.
Let me see you do it.
Miss Danielle's way.
My way. I said a boom chicka boom.
I said a boom chicka boom.
I said a boom boom chicka boom.
I said a boom boom chicka boom.
I said a boom a chicka rocka chicka boom.
I said a boom chicka rocka chicka boom.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me see you do it.
Let me see you do it.
Nobody's way.
All right, awesome. So let's see who has tuned in so far. So shout out to Amber, Katie. Shout out to Tasia. Shout out to Jeremiah. Shout out to Charles. Shout out to Amber again. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have one more. Shout out to Miss Pat.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a STEM activity. So let's go ahead and get into the materials that we'll need, I guess.
All right. So one of the first things that we definitely need and that we highly recommend is a mason jar. So here we have a mason jar. Really, you want to try to have a microwave-safe container. So it doesn't exactly have to be a mason jar, but you want it to for sure be microwave-safe or able to withstand heat. And just for fun, you want to try to make sure that it's clear and visible so you can see what's going on in there, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. So mason jar.
The next thing is going to be some sugar. So just some basic sugar will be needed, and to accompany the sugar we will need a measuring cup because we want to have accurate measurements for our experiment.
So next we also have pencils. These are just regular pencils that you can use. So for this part, you can use pencils or popsicle sticks, so whichever you have access to, but either one will be fine.
The next two things that you'll need is some type of string and then a little paper clip as a weight.
An optional item that you can use to make this activity really fun is food coloring. So here we have a few colors that we're going to use. Again, you don't have to use this, but it's going to make it look really cool.
The last thing is going to be water. The biggest thing that you're going to want to do is either ask for a parent's help or make sure somebody's there to help you because you will need to heat the water. This can be done through boiling on a stove or putting into the microwave at different intervals of time.
Yeah, and there's two ways to heat it up, so microwave and just with combustion. So basically we're going to show you guys both ways, and we're going to get started. So far we showed you guys that we have sugar, we have string, we have water, and something to hold it. So if anyone can guess what we're going to make, comment down below and we'll give you a huge shout out if you can get it right. So we'll obviously let you guys know, just we want to see if anyone can try to guess what we're going to do today. And it does fall under STEM, so it's going to be really fun.
Shout out to UT for watching. Miss you guys.
Shout out to Ms. Jan, shout out to Ms. Kiosha, shout out to Devin, shout out to Ms. Bashir. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We have one more. Rock candy, yes, that is exactly what we're making, Miss Jan. Great job, Miss Jan. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Yes, we are making rock candy today.
And we're just gonna bring you guys in a little bit closer so you can see the different things that we're doing. So Miss J is actually helping us, and she's heating up some water for us while we kind of explain how the experiment works and what we're gonna be doing step by step. And then, like always, because it is a STEM experiment, me and Mr. Sergio are always going to have a nice little piece of paper to write down our hypothesis and to kind of just draw the different things that we're seeing as the experiment goes on.
Shout out to Ms. Amber for also guessing rock candy. Great answer. Thank you. So yeah, if you guys have regular paper at home, what you can do is basically split it up like this. So you want to make sure that it has 3 sections, and it doesn't have to look exactly like this, but you want to try to have, for example, a part where you have your guess or on what's going to happen, another part where you can draw something, and the last part here we're going to have our supplies and then also the results that we get. So you basically want to make a table with about 3 or 4 squares.
Alright, so like always, I'm going to start by putting my name at the top of the paper. And then in the biggest of the squares, I just wrote hypothesis, so I'm going to write my guess of what will happen. So to properly guess what's going to happen, I suppose we kind of have to explain the experiment at this point. So essentially, we're going to be taking our string, and it's going to be hanging in our drawer, mason jar, I guess. And that's where the rock candy is going to form. So essentially, your string is acting as a starting point for bigger crystals to grow on until it just forms a huge crystal that I suppose you're able to eat. The sugar molecules crystallize in a solution, so the solution is going to be our sugar and our water, and when we mix a large amount of sugar, this will be considered our super saturated solution. And so when the sugar molecules crystallize, it's because they're bumping into one another. And that is called nucleation, which is something I didn't really hear of until we got into this experiment, kind of started exploring. So on the string is going to be some sugar water, and the sugar, the tiny little sugar crystal, is going to serve as a nucleation point, and the nucleation point is where other crystals will cling onto until it just forms that really big crystal, like I said earlier. So
what do you have so far for your
hypothesis?
I'll share mine. So one of the things is I think it's going to take a while. I think that this process is probably going to take a couple of days. So we will revisit this in a few days. We probably won't have the actual rock candy ready yet, but we can definitely come back to that in one of our future days at the beginning of one of our other activities. We can definitely show you guys how that's working out. If anyone's following along, please also let us know how that works out later on. You can post your pictures, you can make videos. We'd love to share those with everyone. So I think that the temperature is going to be a huge factor in this experiment. So I think it really varies on if you microwave it or if you boil it. So we're going to see how that makes a difference. And I'm pretty sure the water is going to hold on to the sugar and crystallize it. So that's what I have so far.
Okay, so I said that I guess the first crystals that will be visible and to start form will be after 2 days, and that at the end of the experiment, when our final check-in happens, it'll be about 1 inch wide.
And so basically the way that this should work is that the water can only hold on to the sugar if both of them are very hot, so that's why we need the boiling water. So so heat's definitely a huge factor in this experiment.
Okay, so Miss J is back, so let her peep in and say hello.
Hi everyone! I've missed y'all so much. I'm so happy to see that we have so many people tuned in. I'm here to provide our team with hot water.
Okay, so our first step is going to be tying some string onto one end of the pencil, or the middle of the pencil.
So you definitely want to try to do the middle just because that way it'll just stay on there.
Okay, so I have mine on there. So now I'm gonna open my jar so I can measure where the string will be. So if you look in right now, if you could see, if I place my pencil across the top, the string is actually too long, so it's touching the bottom. You don't want your string to touch the bottom. You want it to be very close.
And then you also don't want it to touch the sides. You want to make sure it's basically just hanging there without touching any of the surfaces.
So I'm going to wrap my string around my pencil a few times and then retie it. And then on that loose end that you didn't tie to the pencil, you want to tie your paper clip so it acts as a weight. So like Mr. Sergio said, you don't want it hitting the sides. So if you add that paper clip in, it'll make sure that it stays right in the center of the top of the jar. Okay, so I got mine onto my paper clip. So if you can see, it's gonna look just like this. Pencil in the middle of the pencil, and then my paper clip, and place it back in my jar. Oh, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring this up so you can see. Alright, so just you can see up close, that paper clip is acting as a weight, and my string is now perfectly in the center of my jar. Okay, so now you're going to take this out of your jar and you're going to place it aside.
So you want to make sure, I'm pretty sure they said when you're using the hot water that you have an adult. So I'll be the adult in this situation helping y'all out by measuring the water. So you'll need 1 cup of hot water.
And like we mentioned earlier, the food coloring is an optional step, and that's because you can make your rock candy a different, not flavor, but a color so it at least looks like it might have some flavor in it. And when you add the sugar in, it's going to be 1/4 cups at a time, so it's easier to dissolve, because if you just put 2 cups right away, it's going to be really hard to dissolve that amount of sugar.
So mine's hanging a little too low, right?
I think you'll be fine if you just chop off these little fringes.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Real quiet.
Thank you. So you might need scissors to cut the excess part off your string.
And I have some sugar in here. Oh, just a little bit. But now I'm going to take this bit of sugar and pour it.
How much would you say?
This is about like 1/4. That's probably a little bit less than 1/4. I think I should add a little bit more. So like I said, about 1/4 of 1 cup, and we're going to need a total of 2 cups. So this is why it takes a while. You need to be patient with how much the sugar will dissolve.
So that it won't be too hot.
Okay, so now my sugar's added in. I'm gonna take my top and really make sure that it's secure, or whatever you're using has a secure top, because that water is gonna be really, really hot. And to mix, I'm just gonna mix it around like this. So in circles, I can maybe slosh it back and forth.
You think this is enough? Or do you need more?
Oh, you just like do 1/4 cup at a time, so it's easier to just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Should be fine. Yeah. So if you can see, there's no sugar sitting at the bottom of my jar because I'm really mixing it up. So I could probably add my next portion of sugar after that. And Miss J made a really good point that if the jar is too hot, or whatever you're mixing in is too hot, you can grab some cloth or an extra shirt that you have, so you can place it around the jar and shake comfortably. It's a lot easier to make.
Depending on where we are, I'll microwave after the first cup if we need it.
So, Ms. Danielle, what have you been doing during this quarantine that we've been under?
So during the quarantine, I've been doing a lot of coloring and a lot of painting at home. I like doing arts and crafts.
Awesome.
What about you?
I've been doing a lot of coloring too. So some of you guys may know we're actually making postcards for all of our members. So we've been doing that. Miss Danielle has some really great examples that she can probably share later on. But yeah, so I've been making postcards. We've been working. I know our site has been working a lot of content for Club on the Go. So that's awesome. Just schoolwork and stuff like that. So it's been fun so far. Hasn't been too dreadful or anything, but yeah, I've gotten out a lot too. I've gone bike riding. That's been fun. So you know, we're all just trying to make the best of it.
I also have been working out. I stay at home typically when I work out, but I find a lot of workout videos and stuff. I know for BGC we've been making a lot of really good content for Club on the Go, also for Goose Chase that we always talk about, our Goose Chase app. There's a lot of fun fitness activities on there. I actually made a video that should be getting posted at some point for a Wellness Wednesday. I've been at home making hand sanitizer because I can't find any to buy in stores. I feel like a scientist. I feel like it's a lot of fun, so I enjoy that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've made some hand sanitizer too. At my other job, we had also run out, so I got some aloe vera gel and alcohol, and you just mix it, and you can add essential oils, things like that, and it's really awesome. People really seem to enjoy it, and it works. So that's been pretty fun as well.
Okay, so if you can see, my water is getting pretty cloudy because I added so much sugar, but I'm going to add more because we still have to get to 2 cups of sugar in this little jar.
Yeah, so if, what have you guys been up to so far? Let us know in the comments, and Ms. Jay's gonna let us know what we have so far. So yeah, please share what you've been doing to stay busy during this quarantine. And if you have any tips, definitely please let us know. So yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned Goose Chase and Club on the Go, the booklet that we're making. So basically, we're gonna go over Goose Chase in a little bit. It's an app. It's really fun. Has a lot of really cool activities, and we're always making content for that. So like challenges that you guys can go on there and do. And as far as the Club on the Go booklet, we're gonna have a booklet and a bunch of activities that we're gonna distribute at some point. So please stay tuned for that. We're gonna reach out to everyone and let you guys know when those are ready, when you guys can come pick them up. So we definitely want to keep staying engaged with everyone, and we want you guys to be healthy, active, and safe.
Okay, we have Miss Morgan says that they have been learning how to crochet a blanket.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Very cool.
Wow, that's awesome, Tasia. Please make me a blanket. I would love a crochet blanket.
Very cool. We would love to see it. Mr. Devin says that he's been doing a lot of schoolwork, working on exams.
I totally feel that.
Absolutely.
It's very stressful.
Finals is coming up.
Yeah.
not only is finals coming up for our staff, but it's also coming up for our Bel Air seniors and all high school students in general. So if any of our Bel Air members are watching, we want to wish you the best of luck during your finals.
And of course, shout out to the class of 2020.
Absolutely.
It's funny that Miss Tasia said she was learning to crochet because I attempted to learn how to knit. I was incredibly unsuccessful, but I tried. I still tried something new during this quarantine.
Very good.
I think it's also important that we talk about, we always talk about physical health because it's, you know, something that everybody is normally used to, whether you guys get time on the playground or you just enjoy running around, but mental health is very important, guys, so it's always really important to take time for yourself, whether that's just taking a break, reading, doing something that you enjoy, like we said, art or different things. That's just as important as physical health, so be sure to keep that in mind.
And it's always good to reach out to people when it comes to mental health. So it's always good to talk about your feelings. It's always good to let someone know that that maybe you're not feeling so well, and talking about it really helps. I know it can be really tough for a lot of people, but I find it that when I'm not feeling well and I let one of my friends know or one of my family members know, they usually have pretty good advice for me. So you can always reach out to people if you don't feel well. It's definitely a great thing to do.
Great.
Talking about mental health also, I've actually been doing yoga lately. I used to do yoga a lot when I was younger, and I haven't really been into it, but I've been doing a lot more lately. So that's a really fun thing to do, and it also helps a lot with mental health. You just pretty much get some time for yourself, and it's self-care, so it's awesome. I highly recommend yoga, especially for people who don't like working out like me. It's definitely a good workout.
Do we need to do a repeat?
Possibly, I don't know. Yeah, because I'm like, is it dissolved? Because it looks like it's a lot just floating. Okay, sorry, we're talking about how cloudy our water's getting, and we may need to reheat this. Like I said, there was different ways to heat up your water, so you can put it in the microwave. So
That's what we'll do.
yeah, we might just go ahead and do that.
And if you are using a mason jar with a lid like this, you definitely want to make sure to take the lid off if you put it in the microwave. It's not microwave safe. So we definitely want to make sure not to put the metal part in there.
So I'm just going to put them both in here.
Okay.
Just probably have to add a little bit more sugar.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be... It actually may be too much. I'm going to do them in the jar.
Okay.
So meanwhile, what we're going to do so far is we're going to draw what we think our experiment's going to look like. So we're going to take our crayons and our hypothesis worksheet that we made, and we're going to draw what we think it's going to look like. So I really want to use green. Green's my favorite color, so I'm going to make it green. I know it probably won't be light green like this, but I'm going to use the light green to draw the candy.
Okay, I'm gonna use purple because I go to LSU, so go Tigers. That'll be fun.
So something really cool that we're also going to be posting online pretty soon is audiobooks. So a lot of our staff members have actually been making audiobooks, and they're really cool because it's basically a video of the YDP or Youth Development Professional with the book reading it along, and they make it really fun. So that's going to be a really fun and interactive thing that we're going to have on there. So definitely stay tuned for that. I know Miss Danielle has done a couple of them, and I'm sure she's had a lot of fun recording those and editing them. So we put a lot of hard work into those, and we can't wait to get those out there for you guys.
Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy the books that, we're choosing. I know I personally have tried to do a wide range of books, everything from things about nature to fun ones like the Jungle Book or Scooby-Doo, so I hope everybody finds a book that they like. Okay, so I'm drawing what I think my final rock candy will look like. Okay, so if you look, there's my drawing. I have my pencil. Across the top, I have my big mason jar, the paper clip, and then I have how big I think my little rock candy crystals will get after about a week or so, I believe is how long we're going to be doing this.
And then here's my drawing. So we have the pencil going on the top, the string holding down. I forgot the paper clip, but I'm about to add that. And then this is hopefully what my rock candy will look like. Ms. Jan says she's been customizing Mother's Day gifts. That's awesome. Mr. Devin says he was taking exams. I feel that. I've been doing that too. It's been a little tough, but we're all here. We all got this. We can keep hanging in there. Mr. Jeremiah says that he's been informing others about staying safe. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's a huge thing right now. And Miss Katie says that she's been teaching, so great job, Miss Katie. Shout out to everyone at Lori.
Okay, so just another little fact about this experiment here. So what's happening with the rock candy is going to be crystallization, and that's the process in which a solid forms. So the molecules are essentially getting super organized into a structure, which would be our rock candy structure, and that's going to give us our really cool final results. Hopefully it tastes good too. I'm excited to try it after a week.
I'm sure it's going to be really good. So we're going to talk just a little bit about Goose Chase real quick since we have time for that. So I do apologize if it's mirrored. So here we have the Goose Chase app right here. Go on there, and I think I already signed up with the new code, but generally you'll go on there and you you go right here to you go to this little magnifying glass to search for things, and then here it'll say join a game, and then you select down here where it says enter game code, and we'll give you guys the game code in a second at the end. We're going to do it right now, but we're also going to repeat it in the end just for anyone who misses it. So the game code is KK8P1K, so KK8, KK8P, P1K. You submit it, and it fetches the game. So here we go. We have version 2.0 of Club on the Go Goose Chase. So for example, we have the Old Town Road Dance Challenge. So basically you create a dance to Old Town Road and share it with other people. Here there's Q&A ones. So basically you just answer questions. So name your 3 favorite things about Boys and Girls Club. You go in there, you enter your answer, you submit it. And it's really fun. You get a lot of points, and there's a lot of different things that you can choose from. So we have Orange You Glad. Take a picture of something orange that brings you happiness. So we don't have anything orange right now, but let's see what else we have. We have
an orange crayon.
Okay, there we go. Awesome. So you just go there, you snap the evidence. So we're going to take a picture of the crayon. And as you can see, we have the evidence right here. You can write a little comment or caption on there, and you submit it. And once you do that, you get your points. So Goose Chase is really fun, and once again, we'll repeat this at the end. I'm sorry, I know it's probably mirrored, but the Goose Chase code is KK8P1K. And as always, we are going to have new winners every couple of weeks that we do new rounds, and we're going to announce the winners for the last round very soon, so please stay tuned.
Okay, so Miss J brought Mr. Sergio's mason jar back, so if you want to continue adding more sugar, you can.
So Ms. Brashear says that she's been doing a lot of gardening and yard work. I think that's awesome. It's definitely a good time for that since summer is coming around.
And if you guys are looking for more fun stuff to do, or you can't really think of anything off the top of your head, you can always look back on our Facebook page for past videos that we've done. We do a wide variety of activities from STEM to fitness. I know we were talking about food, and maybe the last time I said I hope that maybe this one tastes good. The last thing that we made that was edible was the ice cream, and that was delicious. So that's a great one, especially with the days kind of starting to get hot and stuff like that. So
yeah, I definitely love the ice cream thing. I hadn't done that since I was in about 7th grade, and that was way back. So I had a lot of fun doing that again. And as always, our videos aren't just on Facebook, they're also on our YouTube channel. So we'll provide you guys with a link to the YouTube channel as well. We have a lot of the previous videos that we've made like this on Facebook Live on there. So we'll definitely provide you guys with that link. You can always go back and watch our videos either on Facebook or YouTube. I think we're also working on putting them on our Instagram. So we're trying to be on all platforms and trying to reach as many members as possible. So Ms. J was nice enough to bring us our mason jars back. They're really, really hot, so I definitely recommend using a shirt or some sort of towel when you're dealing with it, because it's really, really hot.
So she was nice enough to also bring us some napkins to layer up, which is actually helping a lot. So as you can see, I'm able to grab it now without a problem, but I wouldn't try and grab this just with my bare hands. It is very, very hot, like Mr. Sergio said. And I've added quite a bit of sugar, so my jar is like almost essentially full. And you can see yours is now.
Yeah, I have two. I think I might have added a little bit more than 2 cups, but it's okay. You know, it's not like we're gonna be eating this candy all the time, so it'll be a nice little snack that we'll have when it is finished. So it's good to definitely wrap up your mason jar with a couple of napkins, maybe a towel, just to make sure you don't hurt yourself. And again, you want to try to have parent supervision, and you want your parents to help you out if necessary.
All right. We have a few more people that have chimed in to tell us what they've been up to. We have Mr. Jeremiah saying that he's also been doing schoolwork and informing others about being safe. That's really awesome. It's really good for us to be a support system for each other, especially during a time like this. Miss Katie says that she's been teaching. Awesome. We love our teachers out there. Thank you so much for all of your work. Hi, Miss Teresa. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, Miss Jan says that she's been working on Mother's Day shirts.
Yes.
So that's exciting. Awesome. Mother's Day is coming up. I believe it's May 9th.
10th.
May 10th.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So maybe we can look into doing a craft for Mother's Day.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Would you guys be interested in doing and having us do a Mother's Day craft that you guys can follow along to? Let us know in the comments if you are, and maybe even if you have any ideas. If you guys ever have any ideas for activities that you want to see, you can always let us know, and we can definitely try to get to those.
Miss Brashear says that she's been doing a lot of gardening and yard projects. I too have been doing that. I actually have like a little garden at home now.
Oh, that's awesome.
And my tomatoes, I have like 10 tomatoes.
Wow.
So yeah, very exciting.
Awesome.
Let's see what else.
Okay, these are sugars. Okay, so a good way to check if your sugar has dissolved, it would be to check the bottom. That would be a really important part of having a clear jar, so you can actually see whether the sugar is really dissolved or not. The water is going to get pretty cloudy. Can we add maybe our food coloring?
Yeah.
I do think that heating it up definitely assisted in dissolving the sugar.
Yes.
I noticed that after I took it out of the microwave that it was like way more clear, easier to see through. I can almost see directly through the jar.
Okay.
So for a final time, you may have to do one final heat up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think? Do you think that, you know, sometimes like when you make lemonade, it'll like the sugar will stick to the bottom? Do you guys think that it'll do that? Or do you think that because there's heat, it won't allow it to stick to the bottom, and hopefully it'll keep spreading around and looking cloudy? So let us know in the comments what you think is going to happen.
Okay, so I'm going to add my purple color in now. I'm just going to add a few drops.
Also, don't forget to let us know what site you're from. We love to know that our members are tuning in. So, if you have the permission of your parent or if you're over the age of 13, please tell us your site, your school, and your name, and how much you love Boys and Girls Club. And also, if you're not from around here, we want to know that you're watching as well.
That was a quick change. Mine is very purple.
So I'm just going to add maybe 1 or 2 drops of green because I want mine to look neon. So I'm hoping that maybe just a few drops will do that. So I'm adding 2.
It's very interesting that the food coloring is sitting on top of the solution. Why do y'all think that is?
I think, well, just because I saw it when it came out, it is a thicker consistency, so I think maybe the density causes it to sit on top of the water.
I also think that the mixture of sugar and water creates a sort of syrup that can be kind of thick. And when people are cooking, when they dissolve sugar and water, it actually becomes like a simple syrup. And you can use simple syrup on cakes. You can use it in beverages like lemonade or Kool-Aid, things like that.
So looks like mine turned blue with the green, but that's okay. I think it looks really cool.
It's like a green blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a marine.
It's also.
Okay, so the next important step would be to dip your string into that water. So I'm dipping it in, and I'm gonna pull it out and set it aside and let it dry.
Could you explain just real quick again what that is doing chemically?
Yeah, okay, so I'm also going to set this aside on a towel so it doesn't stain or dye anything, and I'm just going to, like I said, set that aside. So I mentioned earlier the idea of a seed crystal. So when you wet your string and it dries and then you place it back in, it'll act as a seed crystal, so the other sugar that's floating around in your water is slowly going to start to be drawn out and onto the string, and it's just going to keep essentially just attaching to one another until it forms a really big crystal that you can hopefully eat, like you see the rock candies on a stick in a store. Essentially, our string is going to be our stick, and we're just going to be able to eat it off the string.
So basically, as the water cools down, the sugar comes out of the solution back into the sugar crystals on the string, and then the string and the paper clip act as a seed so that it can start to grow on. And basically, with some luck, we're going to have a really awesome treat.
Very cool activity, you guys. I can't wait to see. I may make some at home myself.
Yeah. Very simple, few ingredients. So like we said, we're going to be checking in over a period of time because this crystallization that I mentioned isn't something that happens super quickly. You have to leave it for a long time because crystals are growing. So the same way you would have to leave a plant and water it and set it in the sun. The only thing is we don't really have to keep up with it. It's just going to be sitting in itself, and the crystals and sugar will do the work on its own.
I would also say, so if you may have concerns about dust or debris getting into your solution.
Yeah, you definitely want to cover it, make sure that nothing gets in there.
You can just take a paper towel and maybe even poke a hole through it and put your string through that, or just put it over the whole entire jar completely so that you don't get any dust or debris or any bugs or flies get into it.
Okay, so I don't know if it has to dry completely or.
I think it should be fine.
Now I'm gonna open my jar back up because I closed mine.
Yeah, I found that even the outside seemed a little sticky.
Okay, so now I'm sticking my pencil back in. Like I said, it should be in the center, not touching any of the sides. I can't really see because I made my solution so dark, but yours looks...
Mine's in there for sure.
Yeah, good job. Okay,
So like Ms. J said, we would definitely want to take a paper towel or a napkin, anything really, just to make sure that nothing gets in there. I would say maybe even getting a rubber band to wrap it around, that would work.
some tape even if you want to just tape down the sides.
You don't want to completely close it though, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the paper towel still allows like airflow.
So, as always, we do want to talk about safety real quick. So, Miss Danielle, if you could show everyone what you did, that was actually a great idea. I think that is the best technique.
Okay, so I took my napkin, but when I placed my napkin over previously, it just kind of sat straight because the pencil didn't allow the napkin to fall properly over the top. So I ripped each side of my napkin along the sides so the pencil can fit through those little rips, and it easily allowed my napkin to fall around and really cover everything, whereas before it was just sticking out like this. Now it's able to fall over nicely.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely allows more coverage, so we would recommend doing that. So, as always, we definitely want to talk about safety real quick. So, one of the most important things, obviously, is washing your hands. So you always want to make sure to wash your hands after everything that you do. Everywhere you go, you want to wash your hands. You want to wash the back, the front, in between, everything for at least 20 seconds. You can assure it's 20 seconds by singing happy birthday once. Another fun thing is maybe finding 20 seconds from your favorite song and just singing that along. So it's very important to wash your hands. We showed you guys how washing hands actually works and how it helps stay healthy yesterday with our demonstration. So if you have any, if you want to check that out, definitely look it up. It's the video before this one, and you can see how the germs basically are repelled by the soap.
Another thing would be to make sure that you are not touching your face at this time. Germs can travel from your hands into your eyes, nose, and mouth, so just really try and refrain from doing that.
We definitely also want to practice social distancing, so you want to try to keep 6 feet away from someone when you're in a social setting. When you go out to places, you can see that sometimes they have signs and tape on the floor and stickers on the floor telling you how far away everyone should be. So we definitely want to practice social distancing. If you see your best friend, don't high five them, but give them a elbow bump.
Another thing is if you have to cough or sneeze, that's totally fine. It's okay. Just refrain from maybe sneezing at somebody. Do it away from somebody, into your elbow. Cover with your shirt, anything. But if you do sneeze, like Mr. Sergio just showed, into your elbow, make sure you wash or disinfect that somehow. Or maybe rub some hand sanitizer if that's all you have. But just anything to kill the germs wherever you kind of let them go.
Yeah, Miss J did an awesome video on how sneezing actually happens and how far it can go, so check that out as well. It's very informative, and it really shows us how important it is to stay clean, take care of ourselves, wash our hands, wash those areas that we may be sneezing or coughing on.
I mean, that also highlighted, going back to the social distancing, she really showed how far a sneeze and cough can travel, so it's really important that if you have to cough or sneeze, or somebody else is doing it, all those germs have plenty of space to fly without necessarily reaching you. And the last thing is, if you don't feel well, please tell a parent or just an adult in general. But like always, don't worry too much. It is allergy and flu season, so it could be something less serious. We just always want to be cautious and careful.
Miss Katie made a great suggestion that for covering your jars, you can use wax paper also.
Oh, yes. Cool, yeah. Awesome.
All right, well, that looks like all for today. We will be checking in and showing you our rock candy progress next week.
Thank you guys for tuning in as always. And if you are making an experiment along with us, please make sure to share photos or videos of that. As always, we want you guys to participate on our Goose Chase app. So make sure that you download that, sign up. Ms. Danielle is going to share the code with you guys one more time.
Here you go. It's going to be KK8P1K. Well,
right. Sorry, that was actually Miss Brashear that said that about the wax paper.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Brashear.
Thank you. Well, all right, guys. Bye.
Well, have a great day. Stay safe.